Hey family, let's talk. If you're about this cruise in life, you generally think that it's affordable until that final bill hits. And then you look down and you say, wait, I thought it was supposed to be $1,500, not $2,300. And then you're looking and you're saying, how did we get to $2,300? And you see Wi-Fi packages and specialty dining and drink packages and service charges, all the things. And then you have some what people call nickel and diming. So the real question is, does Virgin Voyages create that type of environment? Is it actually really more expensive? Or do they just do a good job of showing you what the realistic price is up front? And more importantly, when we went on Virgin, was it worth it for us? Well, watch and find out. Hey family, it's Saeed.
And your girl Robin, what's up?
And we are back with more news that you can use.
Okay,
Again,
Anchorman.
talking about our Virgin Voyages series. And today, what we really want to do is ask the main priority question that most people have for us when they find out that we went on Virgin. Was it worth it? Did we feel like we got value for the money we spent? So today, in this video, we're going to just take a few minutes to just talk about our value, the value that we think Virgin offered. And then again, the question that we're going to ask at the very end, so you got to stay tuned to find out, did we think it was worth it for us?
So on paper, Virgin Voyages, it looked more expensive, but here's what's included. You have Wi-Fi, all specialty dining, group fitness classes, tips, basic beverages. So that's like your soda and everything, where on some other cruise lines that you have to pay extra, you have to actually get a drink package for that.
For soda.
For soda, yeah. For soda. And so there's no required drink package here. So those are the things that are included. So we started asking different questions. Instead of asking, is this cheap? We started asking, how many decisions does this remove? And that really helped us think about what's the value of the actual trip.
Right. Because as most of us, particularly if you're an adult and you're adulting in daily life, a lot of times at the end of the day, you have decision fatigue.
You're making decisions all
the time. And so we thought coming into this with Virgin that, okay, this is going to be another round of decisions that we'd have to make. But quite the contrary, which is something that we didn't expect. Because on many cruises, you're constantly calculating, do we need the drink package? Does everyone in the cabin have to buy it? Do we prepay gratuities? Do we buy bottled water? Is specialty dining worth it? Do we upgrade the Wi-Fi? And on and on and on. Each one is in it of itself a small decision.
Yeah.
But add all that up, and now that's a big deal, particularly mentally, because now it's like, whoa, this is a lot to try to comprehend and consider. With Virgin, a lot of that just went away. It disappeared.
Yeah.
Poof. You don't have to choose a drink package. You don't prepay tips. Wi-Fi is included. Dining is included. So when we think about the list that I gave a second ago, all those decisions went away, and it simplified the experience. And there is value in not constantly having to negotiate with your vacation. Your vacation is an event, not a person. So you shouldn't have to feel like you're constantly at odds with the vacation. What can I do? What can't I do? And Virgin helped eliminate a lot of that.
Yeah. And there were a lot of little small things that we thought about later that really contributed when we were thinking about, was this valuable for us, or was that value there? One small thing that you don't think about is as simple as water. Right. I mean, think about it. When you're on a cruise, especially in the Caribbean, you're typically in a hot location. And then if you're partaking in a lot of adult beverages, you can get dehydrated very quickly. So having water is something that's so important. And I remember another cruise that we went on, it was a very port-heavy cruise, and so we wanted to have water to take off with us every time we got off the boat.
Right.
And we paid, it was over $100. It might have been a couple $100 just to have water delivered to our cabin so that we could have it easily and take it off the boat for the week. So that was for us to make it convenient. And we know, that was something we felt like we had to do because that's just how cruises are structured. But on Virgin, it was like a whole new world.
Right,
Like
right.
they really encouraged you to bring refillable water bottles. So we made sure we brought that. And they had carafes of water in your room every day. You could tell your room steward whether or not you wanted just plain water, still water, or if you wanted sparkling water, and they would fill it up as many times as you would like. So it was very easy. You didn't have to go on different parts of the ship to find it. It was in your room as well as glasses, but we brought our refillable cups. So that's something that we did not have to think about purchasing or paying, and it was still really convenient for us, and we were able to stay hydrated and not pass out when it's hot. So that's just one less thing to buy, one less thing to plan, one less thing to upgrade. And so you think about it, it's not a huge number, but $100 some that adds up when you put everything together, right?
Yeah, so, and again, the idea being that $100 here, $50 there, $75 here, all of that over time. Again, we talked in another video about that final bill. You're looking up and you're saying to yourself, like, okay, I thought it was $1,500. Why is it $23?
Right.
Next thing is another underrated detail that, that Virgin offered that we actually were able to take advantage of is the laundry service and being able to pack lighter. So two things there. One, and most cruise lines do offer it, so this is not necessarily something exclusive to Virgin. But again, because all of the other things that you normally would pay for elsewhere were already part of our fare up front, we were able to take advantage of maybe some funds that we wouldn't have to spend on bottled water, for example, we could spend on our laundry.
But not only is it available everywhere, but it was just more reasonable in Virgin. At Virgin, we weren't expecting not to have to, we weren't expecting to do laundry because it's usually so expensive unless they're having a special deal. But when we looked at the laundry for Virgin, it was just really reasonable. It was like, yeah, let's go ahead and wash clothes. Like it was just, it just made that part easier.
And particularly, and again, all of this when we talk about the mental piece, it allowed us to pack lighter. So particularly if you're flying into your port, packing lighter can mean fewer baggage fees. So again, all these dollars, when you really think about it, all add up, the savings that would allow for. And even beyond that, it made the trip easier, right? Less luggage, less stress. And again, it's the theme of simplicity. Being able to not have to overthink vacation. No one wants to overthink vacation. They want to be able to take vacation and enjoy.
Right. Another thing that people usually have to work out or figure out or negotiate on the cruise is the whole drink package idea. Like we said, on most cruises, just water, tea, maybe lemonade is included. And if you have to think about, do you want to buy a package for like soda and coffee, or if you want to get a package for alcoholic beverages. And the thing that really you have to negotiate is because typically when you buy a drink package, especially for the adult beverages, then everybody in your cabin
has to get the
package. to get that package. And that package can run about $75 a day. Some places depends on the cruise line. Think about it as a couple. If one of you wants it, both of you have to have it. That's $150 a day for both of you that you're doing every single day of your cruise. So you typically have to have it for the whole cruise. And so then that just kind of has like this pressure that you have to drink a certain amount of drinks per day to get your value. But with Virgin Voyages, it's a little different. Instead of having a drink package, they have a bar tab. And with the bar tab, you basically just put a certain amount of money up front that covers your drinks. And that helps you not to think about paying for your drink each time. But also there's a little advantage because let's say I put $200 on that, on my
bar tab.
On my tab. Then Virgin usually has an incentive where they'll add $50 or something like that, whatever special they're having. So that gives you a little more value, and you don't have to be stressed out. Because what if he might want to go hard, be like, I want to drink 5-6 drinks a day, and I'm like, I'm chilling. So you don't have to have that friction, like, well, we both have to have it or we neither can have it. And the good thing I know on our trip, you can share your bar tab with anybody. It's just like buying other people drinks. So on our trip, there was one time at brunch, that couple, the husband it was his birthday. They were like, they bought a bottle of champagne. It was like pouring out. It was like drinks for everybody. And then the last night, we got real lucky. We stayed with this really nice couple at Gumbay. And it was the last night of the cruise, and they were trying to spend the rest of their bar tab. They just kept buying us drinks and buying us drinks.
Because if you don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
So they were like, hey.
But it's just it's more simple. You don't have to worry about who needs to buy it, who doesn't have to buy it. You can just put a certain amount based on what you think you might do. And it just really helps you kind of build community and be flexible, because you can share it with other people, other rooms, especially if you're in a group. So to me, that was just less stressful, in the psychology of not being like, we have to make sure we drink enough to make that price. I just felt like that was also a good part of it too, that really is about value versus price.
Exactly. Another thing that we talk about with the kind of thought of, was it worth it? Were we getting nickeled and dimed, if you will? Well, for our sailing, gratuities were built into the price. So again, that's another scenario there where most cruise lines, you have the option to prepay your gratuities, but again, it's still an option. We talk about decisions. It's another decision you have to make on, do we prepay, do we not? Well, in this case, we didn't have to decide whether to prepay. It was already just part of the fare. We didn't have to calculate what we'd owed at the end. The decision was already handled. And again, it removed friction, right? Mm-hmm. It removed another decision that we had to make. Now, we will say that here in 2026, that structure is changing a little bit. It's evolving. So we'll break that down in our next video about Virgin's new pricing model. But based on our experience, having gratuities built in really added to the simplicity and the overall enjoyment and less stress of the cruise.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the other thing, like we've been kind of alluding to the whole time, is really, it was about that mental bandwidth. So this might sound like abstract, but it really did matter, especially while on vacation. We had fewer financial decisions to make as we were on vacation. So it was just less mental bandwidth. We weren't trying to calculate every cocktail. We weren't debating whether or not it was worth for specialty dining. We weren't thinking about water deliveries. We weren't worried about gratuity envelopes.
Right.
And just having that space, that's valuable. And I don't even know if that's something you can put a number on, but it was really about us just being free and not having to make those decisions and worry about, like you said, that surprise bill at the end.
So, as always, we're going to be transparent. So our primary question at the top was it worth it for us? And after crunching all the numbers, we decided that yes,
absolutely, it was worth it.
It was. And again, as we've stated before, we're not saying that Virgin is the cheapest option, because it's not. But it reduced friction. It reduced that mental fatigue, that decision fatigue. It simplified the overall experience. And the way we like to travel, it very much aligned with that. It minimized the add-ons that can inflate your total unexpectedly. For example, if you don't use Wi-Fi, if you don't care about specialty dining, if you prefer buffet meals and don't mind making those extra decisions, you may not seem the same value that we did.
Right.
But for us, it really did align with how we travel. We like the simplification of it. You pay the price and you enjoy. And ultimately, this really just will depend on your travel style as it relates to whether or not you may feel like you found value in it. But for us, we did.
Absolutely. Like a few months after that, we went to go on another cruise, and it was complete opposite. And even just the preparation before, just having all these decisions, I was like, now I remember we did not have to make all these decisions on Virgin Voyages, and it just really made me appreciate it even more. So I think it was absolutely worth it. But I am curious. I do want to know, do you prefer the model of some other cruise lines where there's a lower upfront pricing and then you have all those add-ons that you can do? Or do you prefer a model more similar to Virgin where the upfront pricing might be a little higher, but most things are already included and you're not going to have that upsell experience while you're on board? So that's just really what it comes down to. It's really about your preferences. It's not a right or wrong. It's really about your preferences. And sometimes it's really about the type of vacation. Like that worked for us when we went by ourselves or with a group of friends, but sometimes when we're going with our large family, which we've done in the past, we're about to plan another one. You want to, sometimes it's best to have those lower price points to make it easier
and more
accessible to more people. So it just really matters about your travel personality and the type of vacation that you're planning. So let us know in the comments. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you want the lower price up front? And or do you prefer everything's just in and you don't feel nickel and dime? So if you appreciate this kind of breakdown about vacations and value and just really being intentional about traveling and the money that you spend through a value lens, we want you to consider subscribing to our channel because we're really starting to explore travel, not just as experiences, but just as intentional spending decisions as well. And we're really in our growth phase right now. So this is the time to get in so you can see as we continue to add more and more content.
Yeah, exactly. Get in on the ground floor with us because we're building and we want you to be along for the ride.
We want you to be part of our community.
Exactly. So like we said, for us, Virgin felt worth it. Not because particularly it was luxury, even though it did have a luxurious feel to it. So let's not underestimate that. But ultimately because it was simple. And sometimes simplicity in and of itself is worth paying for. It's worth the price.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind if you're considering Virgin and you like the idea of simplicity, you like the idea of lessening the decision fatigue that we all deal with, then we really, think that Virgin might be something for you to consider. And in our next video, we'll break down Virgin's new pricing structure because like we stated, they have made some changes here in 2026. And so we'll dig into that a little bit so that you can kind of see what that means for you as you go forward and which fare actually might make the most sense depending on what type of vacation you want to have. So as always, subscribe, like, comment, let us know how we're doing. Like Robin said, we're building. We want you to be part of the ride. We want to build this community. And let us know what information you're looking for so that we can give the people what they want.
Yeah, so thank you for sticking to the end and watching all the way through. We hope it was helpful.
Peace.